everybody. Welcome to the Heed Army podcast. I ended up watching the intro myself there. Well, the football is back. It hasn't been the results that we wanted, but there is positives. There is positives after last night's performance against Newcastle United under 21s. But we'll get right into it and thank our sponsors and partners at Northern Solutions and at Hope and Glory. Of course, there's new merch. We'll be talking about that later on. And I'll just bring Mickey in. I'll take this off the screen. But before I do that, I'll say like and subscribe, please. It really does help. And share the show and get more people talking about Gates. We've got lots and lots of messages coming in. We'll get them in shortly. But I'll bring Mickey in. Hello, Mickey. How are you doing?
Not too bad, yourself?
Well, I've got a bit of a story to tell. I'll get into it very shortly. Mickey and I'll get into it later. Let's get. It's quite funny. But look, the football is back. The game on Saturday was a baptism of fire for a few younger players. It was, we were all excited at 2:59, and we were all deflated by 3:02. Southend come at us all guns blazing, as I expected they would. But, we are there. Send your messages in. Of course, then there was the game against Newcastle U21s. That was free on the stream last night. Also a good crowd there as well. There's been a new merch drop from Hope and Glory, and there is more to come as well. Eastleigh and Rochdale away next week. I believe Mickey's going to Rochdale, and I think Steely is as well. Sends his apologies. He's on a little family break at the moment in Northumberland, and he's got no Wi-Fi. Alan wants to bring in new faces, and we've got the Prediction League as well. And before we go into that, I mean, wow, the amount of messages we've got already. Sean Parry has put, good evening, everybody. Good evening from Darcy Gray, listener of the year. Of course, we've got Trina has sent a message. We've got Craig. We've got Louise Dick. We've got Embracing the Vision. Evening, chaps. How are you? Well, I'm a little bit sore, and you'll find out very soon why. Evening all. Got St. Geordie, who I managed to. I've got his fridge magnet here. I got his cup and his badge to him for winning the Prediction League. But I do have the bag of badges here. I'll bring that to the next home game. We've got Rusty Squid. Evening all, and he's put good reaction yesterday. It was. We'll get into it. Liv Walden, who we're sending our best wishes to. She's got her operation soon, and we hope that she feels a lot better after she gets that. David Tron has put good evening. Craig Hilton, evening all. Hope everyone's okay. Poor result last night. Good point at least. Well, it wasn't a point. We lost. There you are. Yes, we are. We're here. Even and John Dick, as we've got the Dicks are out in force tonight. We've got evening all. Hope you're well.
Not just us two.
Yes, I know. Worse. We've got evening. We've got good evening, one and all. Where's Steely? Well, he's on a bit of R&R, having a bit of family time because his partner's a teacher, and this is the only time they can really have family time. So he's in Northumberland, visiting family and having time out. But where he is in Northumberland, no internet. So we'll let him off this time. We've got Vanessa has put evening all. What a treat to see the team play last night on the telly. Not the result we wanted, but some promising bits and play and goals. There certainly was. What was the attendance? It was 905 in the Tyne and Wear stand, and it felt pretty packed to the right-hand side. We've got Steely on holiday in Northumberland, spitting rare birds. I think he's spotting rare birds, not spitting on them. I think he'd get the sack if he was doing that. We've got Adam's 30-yard goal is a good goal. It was. We'll get into it all. Yeah. Boyle as for evening. We've got Stu Allen, hi guys, and Craig Hilton. We should have had a point. That's what I'm saying. Well, we could have done. Right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Now, before the show, me and Mickey, well, you wouldn't think it, but we actually planned the show out. We'll talk about talking points that we're going to go into. And I was on the phone to Mickey, and I was in my garden, and I was talking away to him, this, that, and t'other. And I'll show this picture first, and this will give you a little clue into what happened. So I sat down and went right through the chair. It wasn't a slight give and, I'm going. I just went through that. And then Mickey was on the phone to us listening to the aftermath. I was absolutely stuck, as you can see. I couldn't get out. You can see I have chicken legs. I cannot. It doesn't look as bad there, but I was absolutely stuck in this chair. Now, as a good family would, they grab the phone, as you can see. A great family records it. So this is the aftermath of that. And I'll tell you now, my wife has given me permission to say this. She wet herself laughing.
I nearly wet myself on the phone, and that was hardly listening.
I had to rush and get her some new knickers. That's how bad it was. Once I got up and bruised my ego, I say rushed. I'm in agony at the minute. My back's starting to hurt. But this was the aftermath.
I want a photo.
Oh, cheers.
Jesus! I think you hurt me. Hang on. Roll on your side. Roll it. Carry it. No. Now crawl.
I was getting the cover. I must be good. Yeah.
Try and crawl your way out of it.
That would.
Jesus Christ! Stop! I've got you.
Why did I let that thing go? What the heck?
Oh man!
Why don't you take a video now?
Were you recording that, Jack? Yeah, so that was a real dint to my ego, but I thought, it's good content. But yeah, I went. But if you might have spotted in the video there, my phone was on the chair next to us, and it was still on call, and Mickey was listening to it all as it unfolded. So yeah, and my kids says,
"Don't switch us off. I want to hear this."
Yeah, so Mickey got to hear it all. So that's my ego. My wife's standing here because she's dying to see that I was putting it on. So yes, and I can confirm she is dry now. So
wow.
We've got what's on. Oh God. If you'd stuck to the pound diet, you'd have no problem getting out. Well, here lies the problem. That has been a bit of a well. Let's start. It's an old chair. It's been out in the sun. That's but I do need to lose some weight, and the diet will be starting again. Don't worry. And we've got should put a mic in front of him. I don't know what that is. Are you still attached to the chair? Well, it feels like I am, because it wasn't, as I say, it wasn't just a rip and then went through. It just straight through, and I had my knees up to my ears. So there we go. Darcy's put all the greys are howling. Fantastic. And at least one person's put glad you're okay, Dave. So yeah. Just my ego. And yeah, and the family nickname, they've started to call us Huge Chungus now, the kids. So that's very nice, isn't it? Right, let's get into the football. We'll get away from my
from one catastrophe to another.
Well, I haven't got the footage from Saturday. I've got the one from last night. But as I say, we'll
cover Southend first.
Yeah, let's cover Southend first. Look, they come out the traps and went at us straight away. And, they must have looked at it as a younger side, and they thought we'll get into them. And I think, fair to say, some of our players were maybe not expecting the work rate and drive from Southend. I think there was one or two moments when they thought they would have a lot more time on the ball, whether there was a shout or not. They were getting caught rather easily on the ball, not enough time to distribute it because they had players on top of them before they got it. I think it was in the deep end experience for some of them. Maybe the midfield as a whole for us, the skewer through the middle, as it were, of having Home in front, Flint, and then Callum Bowen was just too inexperienced, I think, on the day. I think Alan Armstrong's, alluded to that he needs to strengthen in that midfield area. Of course, Jacob Butterfield could be back soon, but there still does need to be that rock either in front of the defence or in the middle of the park, just to try and shore things up and give a calm head, Mickey.
Personally, I think when I seen the team, I thought, I'm not having to. I am having to go, but it's not. Hopefully, he's learned from it. I think Alan Armstrong got the side wrong. Personally, Callum Bowen, you've got players like Chapman, Dom Telford still catching up on fitness. I think he's Max Schiffer, I think, would have given a bit height in midfield as well. Kane Dom's been absolutely flying in pre-season. The goalkeeper, Tiernan, I love Tiernan to bits, but since he's come back from injury, his confidence looks shot.
Yeah.
But when I was watching last night as well, I wasn't over enamoured with George Shelby yesterday neither. But Shelby's got to start for me, and that's not having to go at Brooks. I think they were just way better than us. We've had an absolute shit of a day. And we've just got swamped. We've got absolutely swamped off Southend.
I think Southend will be a top 5 side all season long. They're still adding to that side. It was fast, it was strong, it was physical. They've got all the attributes to be up there all season long. And if they play with that tempo and intensity, then they are going to get results like that on the road.
Yeah.
For ourselves, I think the obviously the injury to Pani didn't help either. I know Pani isn't an out-and-out right back, but he's more defensively minded, I think, than Flint. Flint went into that right back position, and I think he got swamped as well. He was guilty of a few under-hit back passes that their team ran onto and created chances. It was just a
bad day at the office. Completely bad day at the office.
Bad day at the office, and I don't want to, we're naming names, but we're not having to go and singling them out. There wasn't many could hold their head high really in that game. I felt that Josh Home needed just to be a little bit more alert in front of that back four. He didn't give the back four much help when he lost possession in the areas that he did and were always under pressure. The lobbed goal wasn't great either. No one can come out covered in glory on that one. But, I think there was a long dressing room meeting after that where, issues were talked about and seems to have been kept in-house, which is good. There's nothing come out. It's been a professional discussion. Maybe some 1 or 2 hair dryer treatments. I don't know. But, that's what's needed sometimes. This is a learning curve for some of these young lads. And, they learned on Saturday that you can't just rest on the ball.
I think Alan Armstrong learned on Saturday, never mind anybody else.
Yeah. Say we've got, Connor Pani. Someone's put, good to see Connor Pani back on the grass last night. He might have been going through a warm-up, I think.
He's all right.
Yeah, obviously just bruised ribs, it looks like. But obviously at the time, he had the wind completely knocked out of him. And I don't know if you've ever either had the wind that completely took out your lungs. It's a nasty one, and of course probably bruised ribs to add to that as well. Myself and Mark said on commentary last night that maybe we downplayed it a little bit on Saturday in commentary because it happened that fast. It was on the far side of the pitch from us, and obviously both players are looking at the ball, but he's went right up and he's led in there, and the picture that was taken, the still from the other end of the pitch didn't look great at all.
I've seen the video of it, and I'm like you. I've seen it in real time, and I thought that looks nasty. I don't think he meant it.
No.
Then I've seen the video, and the more you watch the video, the worse it gets.
Yeah, but
it normally happens anyway. But to me, that was reckless.
Yeah, when you look back at things, that can happen. These things happen. Collisions happen. Of course, there was an accident last night with a head injury down at Tamworth in the Manchester United game. We hope that player is well, because that game got cut off, cancelled, postponed, abandoned. Sorry. Look at that. But the only thing that was probably and was quite noticeable, I think, to a lot of people, Mark noticed it before me, was the away bench laughing about it. Whether or not we're laughing about something else or not, but it doesn't look a good look when the medical staff are out there holding someone's neck to see if they're all right, and you're laughing with the player that did it. You know what I mean? It's or laughing with the players, should I say? But it could have been something completely different. I'm not going to cast aspersions, but it just wasn't a good look.
Didn't we? To be honest, where we were not happy about it at all, and Stevie Farnfield and a few others around us were letting them know.
Yeah.
And he just seemed to look through Yeah, he's getting a lot of stick. He's probably just taking that, it's just stick off the fans or just laugh at with it rather than join in with it and make it worse. But when someone's down flat on the back and you've got first aid responders and the physio around him and it looks nasty.
Yeah, I mean, initially...
Use your noggin.
Yeah, initially we were looking at it, we're thinking head injury, neck injury, because he was like they were keeping him still. Obviously, he must have been struggling to get his breath and things like that. So the credit to the medical, team at Gateshead, they did go through all the protocols there and made sure he was all right instead of just getting him up. So credit where credit's due on that front. But later on in the game, of course, Newbley come on and looked a real handful, and it does beg the question. I would have started with myself. He was physical. He was in there. He was giving it all, but the game was kind of gone. Were they just easing off? That's not a downplay on Frank, but it's the game was gone, and when a couple more experienced players come on, they showed what they had to do in amongst it. You've got to use you got to use your body. You got to protect the ball. And,
fair dues to the Southend fans. Get that song this time. How shit must you be? You're sat on the bench.
Yeah,
I did giggle at that, but I felt sorry for Frank at the same time.
I think Frank knows all of the all the chants from fans and that. But credit to them, they were great atmosphere. It was a shame they were in our stand because they dwarfed us out noise wise. But then again, they had a lot more to cheer about right from the beginning seconds than what we did. But look, we wipe our mouths, we move on. We know we've got a young squad. There is experienced players to come back, but a learning curve, and I'm sure Jacob Butterfield and Alan Armstrong and his coaching staff will be, laying into the players and saying, look, this is what it's going to be like. You're going to have to man up, for want of a word, or a saying. But yeah, that's the first game out the way. Disappointing, yes. Let's hope it's
something I didn't expect, to be honest. I was hoping for a 2-1 win, but I wasn't expecting much.
I think we all kind of were, weren't we? But yeah, it's one of them things. There is some breaking news as we joined you. We seen there was a little clue on the South Shields Twitter that Kedwin Scott has signed for South Shields. I don't know if it's a permanent transfer or not. I'll have a quick look just while we're on. But it seems to be the teasing that he's arrived. I need to get the Prediction League downloaded as well. That was one thing I forgot. And yes, he has joined Carlisle for an undisclosed fee. So Carlisle have got him off the books and off the wages there. So good luck to him. Obviously linking back up with Ian Watson. And I'm sure he will score a boatload of goals in the National League North. I think really playing below his level, if anything. But
I wonder if Carlisle sold him to South Shields because he's not in the same league.
Possibly, quite possibly. But good luck to the lad. Got no qualms about him. No bad thoughts about him or his family. Lovely people. Still come.
Yeah.
And Meg was commenting on me dog today because she was asking how, because she said her dogs are struggling with the heat. So yeah, but no. Good luck to Kedwin. Yeah, he'll do well for them. I'm very, very sure, and especially I'm sure that they'll use him to his advantages because they know what or his strength, should I say? Because we know that he's always already worked with Ian Watson and Carl Magny. Right, just having a look through, see if there's any more messages. There is. I think the subs were made, could have been made sooner. The other day looked better against the Toon Academy, though. Yes, it was. It was a lot better. Someone said Kenton seems to have gone off the boil. Look, I think the defense was under pressure in that game. I think it's a little bit harsh to say anyone's went off the boil. 1 second, I've got another thing here to download to put up on the show from Steve Thornton. So I'll get them downloaded and uploaded on. But while we're doing that, we'll have a look at the footage from last night's game. There we go. And I'll get that up and I'll add that in. So Mickey, obviously, oops, I don't know if anyone heard that. I've hit the wrong thing in the on my computer. I heard something in the background. So highlight it was a good start. I thought we played well against a strong Newcastle side. I mean, it's a cream of Europe's kids signed from AC Milan and the likes, but that was a lovely strike from Kane at home.
Right in front of him, innit?
Yeah. And as I say, where he put it, the keeper didn't have much of a chance, and that little dip on the ball after he hit it was giving the keeper no chance whatsoever, was it?
Especially when the pitch is probably being watered and it's skimmed off that surface.
Definitely.
It's a really, really good strike. And last season we're trying to score the perfect goal. Have a pop sometimes, like that, you know what I mean?
Well, I think we've seen that in pre-season as well, haven't we? That we're just being a little bit more direct, having a chance, having a go when we have a chance, and it's paid dividends there for Kane and Dom. But this was a lovely move. I mean, Sanusi there when he turned.
It is. But if we'd scored when if we took that chance, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. As I say, that they've got some. It's probably one of the best Newcastle United under 21s or reserve sides I've seen in a long time.
Well, cool. Was that Hearts and they paid a fee for him? And is it Neve?
Yeah,
Sean Neve. He's been with Newcastle's first team. Galloway was wanted by a load of Premier League clubs that brought him in.
Well, Shahar the ball in. He had a phenomenal game there, right back. But our players had a good game as well. I thought in the first half, obviously when Fenton John come on, Home did all right when he was on for the first half hour, I think it was. But this was a lovely touch from Hurst here, and the delivery.
What a goal that is! It's a fantastic flick. That's what you can get from Harry Chapman, and we'll want to see it more because on Saturday he was one of many that went missing on Saturday, and that's what we need from them, especially on Saturday. We had Eastleigh.
Well, I mean, when you see it here, the finish was absolutely sublime. But that touch there to bring, I mean, if he's going to do it, each week in the National League, we're going to create chances. And look, how many times last year we weren't putting the ball in the mixer like that. We weren't buying a ticket to the lottery to have a go. And now
in November we weren't.
We're putting the ball in there now, and it's good. But this is sublime. It's the outside of the right boot when he obviously brings it in on the right, touches it with the left, and then what a finish!
Some boy like any.
I mean, we're seeing the real Callum Bowen last night. Of course, I think Southend did a little bit of a number on him, but he had a bit of freedom there. We played with a bit of. Well, we played with. I wouldn't say we played with freedom, but we were pass about, and the team was more solid, so it enabled him to get further forward and be able to make runs like that.
Well, it's like Mark said yesterday. I mean, Newcastle play how Gates want them to play. You know what I mean? There's one teams to come out and say that you're not going to get the chances to get the time, and people are going to close you down in the National League. But you've got to work on that.
He worked in tight quarters to get his goal. This is a lovely finish as well by Fitzgerald. Sorry.
He looked a quality player when he come on. Mind, I must admit, I don't think he wasted the ball when he come on.
No, he was phenomenal. And then, obviously, as you can see, we're sitting deeper here after the substitutions, and it allowed Newcastle, who still had a bit more strength and depth on the bench compared to us, with their caliber of youngsters compared to ours. But that was unfortunate for Kenton. Just put his foot out to touch it and guided it in the back of the net.
Was it Fenton, though? Was it Fenton, John, or was it... Because Kenton had Donald Duck boots on, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Kenton. Kenton, if you watch, he puts his foot out and just guides it in. There you go.
All right, yeah.
So, it's unfortunate. But, as I say, they were pushing. I think the last 10 minutes, we've very rarely ventured into the final third. And then that was a beautiful header. That
it's a good header, but I'm wondering what the keeper's doing.
Well, as I say, that's he only had his eye on that ball, and he was going to win it. He's got it on target. But hey, look, we come out of it.
I can stand here and have a go at all them players. we play five-a-side with them, even the goalkeepers will make us look like mugs. So,
but essentially that was our semi-reserve side there. Yes, there was a few first-team players it mixed in, but there was a lot of youth, a lot of fringe players. I thought Christian Lynn conducted himself really well.
He played quite well as well, to be fair.
He really did at left back. I thought Christian Lynn looked really good. And as I say, linked up well with Harry Chapman. I thought there was, sorry, he was on the right-hand side, wasn't he, Lynn? No, he wasn't. He was on the left. Miles away here. I say that's what happens when you fall through a chair. But yeah, no, there was positives to be taken there. Okay, we got beat in the final moments and collapsed away, but it wasn't the strongest side left on the pitch. I know.
Yeah, Gateshead Academy versus Newcastle Academy on it, really.
At times, and obviously Alan be disgruntled that he thought maybe them players could have held on to the 3-1 win, but look, it didn't happen. But a good crowd there, that was good. The people took on board the football for a fiver. A lot of eyes on that stream since. I think there was about 1,000 watching consistently throughout for the National League TV on YouTube. I've had a look since, and it was I think 19,000 people have watched that. Now there's out of all of the National League Cup games, there's only the Manchester United stream has got more because of the people want to see the injury. But our game had the most by a good 10,000 over anybody else. So, there's a lot of eyes on Gateshead. We scored a good goal. Well, two, three. All three goals were the corkers.
All three goals were decent goals.
Absolute corkers. So, there's a lot of eyes on Gateshead there. We need to build on that. And if this team gets strengthened in the middle, that'll really go a long way to doing something about it. So
we need a striker as well, mate. It's not just a midfielder. We need at least one midfielder, one defender, and definitely a striker. Where are you going to get them? What our budget? I don't know.
Well, of course,
I've gone to Stevenage now.
Well, you beat me to it there. Of course, Javon Malcolm has moved on to pastures new. He has moved up to League One with Stevenage Borough. Made his debut on, I think it was Tuesday night. So wish him well. There was lots of magical moments when he showed us what he could do. Unfortunately, in a Gateshead shirt, he was very inconsistent. Whether you can put that down to not playing regularly, there was a lot of stop-start and on the bench and then starting. But look, the lad come here. He's went on, got to move to the Football League. Good luck to him. I think everyone was quite happy that we got a fee for him. And hopefully there's sell-ons and add-ons, and he goes on to do very well, for himself and for us in the future with the possibility of more money coming into the football club. But we knew players would leave. You said yourself in pre-season, he didn't look the most interested player in pre-season.
Didn't want to be here, Davey. But it was written all over his face. He didn't want to be here. Lovely lad, absolutely worldly of a lad. Lovely family. I got the chance to meet his family as well. But he just didn't want to be here. So if they didn't want to be here and you can get a fee for them, get shot.
Yeah.
And that's not having to go at Javon. Well, I suppose it is in a way, but
it's the world of football, and we brought him in on a free, got a fee for him. Then that's if you can do that for every player, then great stuff. Yeah, definitely. We have 1 second. We've got a couple here. We've got. I thought Fenton John was excellent last night. He was. I thought he really acquitted himself well. But I think he was. He did all right when he came on Saturday. If we want to prove a point, you want to get a starting lineup. That's what we want. We want players battling for it. And because of the result on Saturday, there is claim for him to start. To say, look at me. I'm battling. So we'll have to see what happens there. Someone says, bring AC home.
David, it would be a lovely thought, but
yeah,
I don't think Pools will sound us.
No, I don't think.
Well, we can't afford to buy him. So
obviously, there was another player we haven't mentioned yet. We don't know. Yeah. Genuinely don't. The trialist impressed last night. Number 34, big lad. He seemed unfazed really throughout the game. Looked to be quite calm on the ball. Was physical, good few tackles, and good in the air. So, look, as we said on the commentary last night, a great opportunity to look at a player in a competitive game. You know, I know everyone jokes on about in Scotland when they go the trialist family's happy that he's scored again, but it is a good way of putting a player in the mix and seeing how they do before you sign them, because we've signed many a player that might have been on good on trial behind closed doors or in training sessions, but when you get them on the pitch, there's been a few that have been a little bit iffy. But
there's been a few you've wondered how they've had a professional career.
Yeah. Oh God, someone's put, I don't know what the fee is. Someone's put, it was a 5-figure fee. We know I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen anything around. Haven't really looked either. Senny scored 2 goals on Tuesday night as well. You got the equaliser and the winner for Plymouth. And I nearly fell off my chair when I seen that. But good luck to him. I'm say when it didn't happen for him up in Scotland, I was a bit dubious how he got the move down there. But look, he's got an eye for goal and he's scoring goals. It's a season rebuilding, re-engaging our identity, massive learning curve in process. We need to get behind the manager and team. Yeah, definitely. Look,
definitely, Scott. Totally agree.
And you know, you look at Alan's interviews. Everything he said has been what's happened. He said there's going to be tough games, there's going to be learning curves, but stick with the team. You know, we showed last night that we can create goals and score good goals, and if we take chances like that, like Kane Adam, you know, then you know we will get goals. So hopefully we can build on that. We've got here someone get Red Bull on the phone and get some money for some signings. I could live with the name being Red Bull Heed.
Heed.
Yeah, they've just bought the Falcons. Haven't they? And Red Bull do have quite the portfolio of sporting teams, as well as the Formula One team and rugby teams and football teams around the world. So, well, as I say, as long as we get free Red Bull to keep us awake, we'll be
bad for your heart. Bad for your heart.
In moderation. Anyone else who shines before January is likely to be picked off by another team. Well, that's football for smaller teams. We know that. That's life. It happens in the Championship for Premier League clubs. It happens for Premier League clubs, for Champions League clubs. It's the nature of the beast, sadly.
Look at Newcastle, Isaac.
Yeah, Newcastle can't even keep Isaac at the minute. Doesn't even want to be there. So that's all you can really say about that. We've got Thomas Boyle. That's because they are silly Thomas League One game in. I don't know what's. Oh, sorry. We've got. I missed a message there. We've got people writing players and management off after one game. Yeah, it's silly. You know, look, when we came up, we had tough games. You know, it wasn't all sunshine and ice cream. Yeah, when we came up with Graham Wood, when we came up with Mike Williamson in the first half of that season, it wasn't great at times. You know, there was a steep learning curve. So and we got Bailey doing nice well at Doncaster. He scored 2 goals at the weekend and was part of the team that beat Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night. RB Red Bull have named Newcastle RB. Someone's put RB Gateshead. It's not going to happen, I don't think, but nice thinking, everybody. We have had a message from the foundation. They have a tennis pop-up at Gateshead Leisure Centre from the 15th and 29th. So that's from 3:15 to 4:45. Age bracket from 5 to 16. No need to book up, just turn up. So if you've got a budding Serena Williams or Andy Roddick and I don't know the names of modern tennis players, so I'm just going with old ones. If you've got a Bjorn Borg on your hands,
Boris Becker,
yeah,
Martina Navratilova.
Yeah, so if you've got a buddy in one of them, get them along. Give him till Christmas and then judge him. Look, let's just get behind the team. It's been a summer of, you know, rebuild, so to speak, and people said we're getting the identity back, and it is. We've got a lot of local players in that side. We've got here 2 very different goals from Adam and Chapman, which was your favourite. Personally, I choose Chapman. The best goal for me, I would say, was the finish. Callum Bowen. The Adam one was good, nice powerful strike straight down the barrel. The skill from Chapman for his was great, but to see Callum Bowen, look, he's just signed a professional contract 2 weeks ago. and he scored against the best kids in Newcastle's academy and made them slip on their arse. So that to me is the one that I'll take away from that, and hopefully he's got it saved on his phone and watched it over and over, because it'll be a proud moment for him. Yes, it's only in the National League.
It'd be insufferable with his mates.
Oh yeah.
Imagine, look at this.
Yeah. But yeah, it's no.
Fingers went for Chapman, that's it.
Yes, Trina Chapman for me. Mickey, what about you? Which is your favourite goal?
Callum Bowen, definitely.
Yeah. We were hoping to have a player on this week, and he said he wouldn't forget, and he had even reminded his wife, and I think he's forgot. So we have sent him a link to join us. I don't know if he has seen it, so we'll keep an eye out. So we might have a player with us. I don't think he's seen it. I know his dad was watching last week, so get on the blower to him and say, where are you? But as I say, we're only joking. We'll get him on another time and hopefully get some of the new players on. Hopefully get young Callum Bowen on. It'd be nice to speak to him as well, and show him that the fans are behind him. Chapman, got to admit, Bowen goal was better than Adams. Chapman, even though I couldn't care about the competition, and
exactly.
Michael Boyle makes a good point here. Need to cut out the groaning and get behind the players. They hear it from the stands. What's the point? You're not going to help them at all. Negativity doesn't breed confidence. And look, they'll know it was a stinker of a game. Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't great. They're not going to hide, and they're not going to go, oh, hang on, we're unlucky to get beat 3-0 there. They really, nicked that from us. They'll know there was mistakes. They were on the pitch. They'll hear the groans. They'll be groaning.
They know about the shit there. But at the same time, fans are allowed to voice their opinion, and now when it's shite.
It is, but, look, you've got to look at the bigger
I think
picture.
we're going over the top. We're kind of over the top at times. Right over the top.
Certainly do, especially on social media, and people hiding behind names online as well. But yeah, but as I say, people are allowed their opinion. We've got a message here. So Mickey, are you embracing the League Cup now?
No.
Mate, I've got to say though, I think the club did a good thing with the football for a £5 and £2 for under 16s. Look, it isn't a competition that we'll love. I don't think it'll ever become something like the FA Trophy. It's always going to be a side quest, shall we put it? But it's a financial one that helps the club if they can, win a few games in it. And, they cap the attendance to 1,000 so they can keep the stewarding costs down and make a bit more money off the game if they can. I think what they did last night, I think it was good, and it was nice to see. I know there was a lot of people there to see Newcastle and Newcastle shirts. There was a lot of young fans, and that was nice to see. Families there that made it a bit more affordable for football, because even at Gateshead and anything in life, it's expensive now if you want to have a day out with a family, and to get them there, if you had 2 adults and 2 kids, you got football for 14 quid for the whole family. And I think that can't be sniffed at, and I think it's the right move to make from the club. What
I like, Davey, is that I've got to hear some young kids singing "Superhero Me."
Yeah, they were singing at the back. It was good. And look, Bernard and a few other people have had a lot of pelters of late. I think the club just needs a little pat on the back for that one last night. It was nice to see. The crowd that was there for ultimately what we know isn't a competition.
I hope they can embrace it for a non-league day.
Yeah, I certainly hope to. I mean, if we could great to fill it and put like a £5 game on if they can afford to do it, for a bigger game. Because what's this? We're not going to name anybody here. We've got players. Players still need a lot to learn. We know that. It gives you £8,000, I think, if you win on them games. And so we've got Emily Focus. We have got our guest coming in the background as well. So we'll bring him in. Yes, we have. He's turned up.
Wow.
In the back. Our handsome guest, our beautiful guest. So we'll bring him on very shortly. I'll just go through these messages. Good news that there's a disagreement about what was the best goal. Bodes well. It does, doesn't it? When was the last time we had a conversation about what was the best goal in a game?
We can ask our guest.
yeah, we'll certainly ask our guests. See which one was the best technique. We've got Christopher Story fought on the attendance last night. Definitely helped with the price under 21s. Yeah, it was a good initiative, as we were saying there before. Always good when you have a choice for best goal. Emily, it certainly is. David Tron, hoping for the performance. I'm hoping the performance last night against the two under 21s will help confidence for Saturday. I think it will. They'll take a lot from it.
I hope so.
And Patrick Story's put bit late, but good evening lads. So there we go.
Perfectly timed, to be honest, Patrick.
It is, yeah, perfectly timed. I'll say our guest is in the background. I don't know if he's ready, if he's got the camera on him, and he'll let us know. He can give us a thumbs up in the background, and then we'll bring him in. He's ready and going. We'll just read out another couple of messages. Shelby Defo changed the squad last night. Oh, there we go. Well, I can really say I'm really happy with this because I know he was gutted that he missed it last week. But we've got David Ferguson joining us coming on there. So, hello there. How are you doing?
Hello, mate. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Better late than never.
I know that, mate. I was just, you know what it is? I've just been pottering about and that, and then I've just clicked on again. Honestly, man, I'm always busy doing something, just doing house stuff and that. But yeah. All good, mate. I was just trying to get some headphones. I'm trying to say to my lass, get some headphones, but I've just left them. Doesn't matter.
It's all right. We can hear you.
We can hear you anyway. Are you a proper Red Prescott DIY guy, like in the house, like?
No. I think I'm all right, but she'll see otherwise.
Yeah. Well, a belated welcome to the club. As I say, one of the first ones announced in the summer, and as I say, we come in and obviously, as I say, it's been a much changed squad. But we spoke to Frank last week and Joe, and how are you settling the team? Is it a nice atmosphere?
Yeah, of course. Literally, I cannot not say one bad word. I say everyone's made us welcome. It was a squad that I felt like I didn't really, I knew of like Kenton and stuff and Joe, but everyone else I didn't know. And obviously being such in a comfort zone at Hartlepool and being one of the people that have always been there and people coming into the club, it was just a nice change and something new for us. But like I say, everyone welcomed us well. I'm really, really enjoying it. Even the new lads that have come in. Like I say, I know Dom and stuff as well that have come in. But honestly, I've really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoy it.
Spot on. As you say, like for us, it's a little bit of a change. I know we've had a few players over the years that have been coming in. You know, a bit more of an exodus this season and change of faces. But as I say, it does seem like in pre-season when we're close up to the pitch and see the players, there does seem to be a bond there that's happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, of course it is. Obviously, players come and go, and it's more or less just trying to keep that like unity as much as you can. And I've seen it through the amount of players we had at pools over the years, and you've got to keep that like that core if you can. You cannot let it go too much. But we trying to keep that. Obviously, I know it is a young squad. Me obviously being one of the oldest ones, it's just trying to like give the lads something like experience, that mental side of it, and just helping them through day to day and how to progress on. Because like myself, I'm at the back end of my career, and obviously these lads are just starting out, so it's always trying to help them, improve them, and trying to guide them on the right path. But yeah, the squad, it obviously we can probably get on to last weekend, but we're looking forward to this Saturday. Yeah,
you're one of the elder statesmen in the team. You're still young compared to us, but
that's the sad thing. Most of these players are shouted from the stand. I'm old enough to be your father. That really pisses me off. You know that.
I'd probably be older enough to be the father of Ireland. Yeah, I feel like that now. Anyway,
well, you tell him.
Yeah, it's something else. But I mean, Saturday, obviously, it was a bit of a baptism of fire for the team. It was Southend started really on fire, didn't they? Right from the first, from the kickoff. And as I say, obviously it was a gutter. I don't know if you heard we're talking before. Obviously, we've got to learn from these things. But do you think the younger lads will probably take that one on the chin and just say, right, we're in a man's league now?
Yeah, like I say, obviously, like myself, I knew the type of team they are. Obviously, they've kept the sort of the same squad and they've added to the squad.
Yeah.
And obviously, getting to the playoff final last year, like I know of them and I know going to their stadium and it's hostile. Like it is, they are a good team. And like I say, the manager there has got them like organised. And I knew you'd have to battle. And I knew like if it worked our style and we beat the press what I knew they could do. It just obviously didn't happen that way. But I think, like I say, the young lads, we can talk about obviously the young lads, the midfield, and lads who, do you know what I mean, who haven't really played the National League. But I think even them realised after the game, like, wow, like it's not as easy as what you think.
Yeah.
It is tough, do you know what I mean? Because they're on you straight away, they're fit, and do you know what I mean? It's like they never let you have time on the ball of like sort of the pre-season game. That's why they're so false, the pre-season games, I always think.
Mhm.
Because when it actually comes to it, I felt like in the first 5 minutes it was like, wow, do you know what I mean? And I knew it was going to be like that, but obviously it's, do you know what I mean? It's you can either like it's a toss of a coin. Do you know what I mean? You could probably go into certain games and you think, wow, get in. Do you know what I mean? But then there's somewhere you're thinking, wow, do you know what I mean? They went through 1-on-1 in the first minute.
Yeah.
Taze pulled a good save off, but it's just sort of like looking back at it now. We done a review on it, and it's basically we have to like learn from it and like learn quick.
I mean, you're putting yourself about on Saturday. You took a few knocks. You're busy all afternoon with Scott Morris as well. You must have been tired on Saturday night.
I was, to be fair. Normally, I'm like I said to my lass, I was like, oh, I'm knackered. Like I remember driving home, and she ended up driving home for us. Like so, no, I
Oh,
was
you
like, and
poor
plus,
man.
I'm getting on, man. I tell you, man, I'm getting on now, man. No, but no, yeah, man. It was obviously the heat takes it out of you. But I always feel like the adrenaline of the first game, the day before, I was like, see, I've played a lot of games, but you still get them nerves of the first game. You're excited for the season to start.
Yeah.
So obviously after you sort of just crash and you pop you're knackered of probably the adrenaline, not the game. You sort of play the games in pre-season, but then as soon as that first game comes, it's like the adrenaline obviously takes it all out of you. But yeah, I was tired, to be fair, but obviously, yeah, it was more gut run like, just because of the result. Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
know we're much better than that. We are.
But sometimes you need a result like that. I mean, it's a shame it happened on the first day of the season, but
Yeah.
it can ground you a little bit, can't it? Because sometimes, as you say, you can have a first game of the season, win 5-0, and you think, oh, well, we're flying at the minute. Then all of a sudden you come up against a Southend, and they can put you in your place.
No, and actually, I agree with that. To be fair, I'm glad it's actually happened. It's to learn. Like we've got to learn from it. We can't just approach any game. Not saying that we did, but it's just like, look, like this. We kind of just roll up. We have to fight, and I felt that's what we lacked. We lacked that sort of the dark arts, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
They were very clever in it. Do you know what I mean? That sort of side of it. They went down when they wanted to slow it down. Like, do you know, and we sort of could play a little bit in their hands. But I know for a fact if we moved it a bit better and we made that better pass, or we would have beaten them. But I just never felt we were in the game, and that's the disappointing side of it. But
Yeah.
no, look, there's a lot of negatives to take out of it, and there's a lot of stuff where we can correct, and that's the good thing. And obviously, like you said, it's the first game of the season, and going forward, hope like come Saturday we can put that right.
Definitely.
You must be absolutely aching to win at the stadium because you got absolutely battered twice with Hartlepool and you still haven't won at home yet. Sorry, I couldn't let that get past after the 7-1 and the 4-3.
And I was going to see how nice to see Gateshead win at pools, but obviously that never happened. Not 2 times now.
Can I ask you about the
Works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah. And we're
Beat us on
battered
goal
every time.
difference, like you beat us on goal difference. So.
Can I just I don't want to rub it in or anything with your Gateshead player now, but when obviously you got beat 7-1 that season, did you think, my word, I don't want to play them again? Because that season we were flying.
Yeah, no, like I remember because we went 1-0 up, and we knew like obviously you could play, and we knew like obviously earlier in the season we won 2-1, and we knew how you could play, and I remember it was the second half come out, and it felt like you couldn't do anything about it, and that was what the tough thing about it was. Every attack, you felt like you were going to score, or like, well, you end up did score. Do you know what I mean? But it could have been more. And I remember obviously just looking around, more experienced players than me, and it was just, you sort of looked at each other going like what's happened.
Yeah.
And it felt like you just wanted to get off the pitch. It's like one of the most embarrassing moments I've had. Do you know what I mean? And it just felt like, wow, because I'm not being involved in something like that before. But obviously, credit to Gateshead. Do you know what I mean? Credit to where it's due.
I mean, listen to Kevin Phillips, and it's his most embarrassing moment in football.
Aye.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing. I remember the dressing room after, like, you want to shout and scream, but like everyone, you just didn't know what to say. You just like,
Yeah.
fuck just went on there.
Yeah.
Sorry, my language.
I can't make him with it, but that's way worse than that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we don't rub salt in the wounds, but just obviously, because obviously we were elated, and just to see the other side of the coin, you think, oh, you know, it mustn't have been very nice.
No.
But it was mentioned before, obviously, with new players and stuff now, and we mentioned before. I mean, we at the game yesterday, because I didn't see. I was.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, like I sat with me dad and me little, and like
the goals were, fantastic. Of course, we weren't able to hold on to it, but I mean, there was a lot of promising moments there, and different types of goals, which was the real promising thing.
Yeah, like I say, I thought we controlled the game. I would say until the 70. I just felt when they got that second goal, we didn't manage the game well.
Yeah.
I said it to a few of the lads, I was like, we didn't manage it. We didn't see it out, and I felt like apart from Kenton really on the pitch, there weren't that much experience to see that out. And obviously it's tough on Kenton to control every single one. That's why it's always good to have a few more senior lads there. But when you obviously brought Chappie off, and people like that, you know what I mean? It does, once a goal goes in, and it's that knock-on effect. Once they got the third one, it's just trying to control it. Like, you should obviously never, when you're 3-1 up, you should never be going on to lose 4-3 within 15, 20 minutes or whatever it was. But obviously, yeah, so it was obviously difficult to watch, and I felt for the lads. Do you know what I mean? Because we're all as one, do you know what I mean? Whether you're playing or not. So it was not nice to see, and you are a bit gutted, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought performances wise, up until the 70th minute, I thought there was really some good performances. I thought Keane done really well.
Yeah.
First time I've really seen him in that 9 role, down the centre, which looked all right. You know what I mean? He looked really well. He threatened the back line really well. He did.
He composed himself well, held the ball up well, and was obviously all the way throughout.
It was, yeah.
We had a debate before you came on. We're talking about all great goals last night, but Callum Bourne was my favourite last night. Which one would you have liked to have scored?
Carl's was very composed.
Yeah,
I liked the time, and I watched Chappie's goal again, to be fair, and I liked how he started behind the wing back and he pushed in front of him. So I would probably say Chappie's for me.
Yeah.
Because the timing of the run, how he waited and waited, and then he went.
They
and then obviously he finished. It was a lovely finish, yeah, lovely ball by Kyle. So yeah, I would probably say my 1 second, obviously an individual one. I would probably say Callum's. But no, I would just say as a collective one. I loved Chappie's one.
Yeah.
The undying question I need. Sorry, Davey. Did Kenton Richardson's bright yellow boots, had he got them off Donald Duck?
He did look Flash Harry when he came on with them. Donald
Duck was blacked on.
Well, I wear black boots. Like, I've wore them for about 6-7 years now. I have. So
yeah,
he's a centre half. I always say you're a centre half, man. Do you know what I mean? Wearing coloured boots. That's the old saying. Like,
you need to, when he's on the team bus, just grab his boots.
I'll mention it tomorrow. Well, I'll see it. I'll tell him tomorrow.
Black boot polish and get them.
I get some black ones.
Yeah. Just going back to Callum Bourne's goal, I thought his control though with the 2 touches, and then with the outside of the boot as well, past the keeper, I thought was just outstanding for the young lad. And it's a nice bit of a Roy of the Rovers moment. He signs his professional contract and then gets his first goal, within his second week. I think is just lovely.
No, of course, he's got a lot of potential. Like Carl, he's for a 17-year-old, he's got a lot of composure. Like, obviously you've seen it throughout pre-season. I think obviously it was an eye opener for him on Saturday, but then it goes to show you, like, in a different game he can produce. And obviously, like I say, he's got that composure. I always feel like he can just float through games and just like play it. He's one of these where he's like that kid on a schoolyard. Do you know what I mean? He can just play like, and he's fearless in that way. And I think he really has got a bright future. Like, really.
Johnny Gray's, but you could still see Kenton's boots when the lights went out.
I remember them lights gone out and all. I remember.
I thought it was sending SOS out.
Yeah, I know.
They've
done that at 3-3, not 3-1.
Needed Julio Walker to switch the lights off.
Yeah. But as I say, long trip. Is it tomorrow you go down, is it?
Yeah, so we're training in the morning early, and then we're setting off in the morning, late morning.
So are you bussing it?
Sorry?
Are you bussing?
Aye, coach all the way down.
Couldn't I stick you on a flight?
Nah. Away, man.
Well, I know what I would prefer, like, but yeah.
Have you could have left from Peter Lee?
Yeah. Have you got your roommate sorted already?
No, I'm not too sure, to be fair. I don't know. Like, I'm not too sure if lads from last year have already had roommates. I haven't really spoke to anyone about it. If I was, I would have probably picked John O, obviously. I know he's nearly back anyway. But yeah, he's injured at the minute, so I probably would have just like maybe asked him if he wanted a room. But at the minute, I'm not too sure. I don't know Kenton rooms, or I don't know Joey rooms with. Not too sure.
Not want the room with, more to the point.
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if I should say this. Nah.
Well, stop being a soft arse.
Look, share with Callum. He's got the Teletubbies to watch before they go to bed and stuff. It's gonna be
I'd say
in the night garden.
It's any of the young ones I probably couldn't like.
Yeah.
Too energetic for me. I'd rather just look feet up, chill. Even in the morning, chill, where they'll be up and they'll be up and everywhere. I'm just one of these, like, no. Sometimes I prefer my own room, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the hassle. I like my own space, especially when you've got kids. When you've got kids as well, like sometimes you like your own space.
Yeah.
You get the youngins to fill your bath in that, man. Make the kettle, put the kettle on for the cuppa.
Get the ducks out. Get Kenton's boots out.
Whatever floats your boat, sunshine.
If you do share a room with him, please put a photo on social media of you in the bath holding one of his boots.
Put the bubbles inside.
Yeah. I'm sure you've had times there's a bit more than bubbles went in boots.
Yeah. But as I say, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. We're going to have to get a prediction league, but have a safe trip and have a good
day. If you need us any more, like, I can jump on any time. Hopefully we have more time next time, okay?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Best of luck for the season, mate. Stay injury free. I hope it goes well, but take care.
See you soon, all right? See you later.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye.
There we go. That's David Ferguson there. Absolutely spot on. We're going to get into the prediction leagues. I don't know if anyone heard me one now. I said the sub bench looked like it came from Chernobyl before he came on the pitch with the glow from his So no, fantastic. Lovely to speak to David there. Lovely lad. And you can see why he's been brought in. Tyneside talks about thoughts on the try. Look good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's just have to say, obviously the club are after another central defender to have cover with Kenton and Joe and Carter. And Ben Williams acquitted himself well last night as well at left back. We've got New Chant, who let the ducks out. Yeah, that could be a good one.
Definitely.
Let's get into this. We do have the prediction league here. Embracing the Vision has got themselves right up to the top. They've only got the 1 point. at the minute up there. So they are the only ones embracing the vision. Lee, well done. He's top of the league.
Because he was brave enough to say we're going to get beat.
Yeah, he went 2-1. Obviously 2-1 defeat. Remember, it is 3 points for a win. You can have a player joker and treble your points. There is one super joker throughout the season, and that will give you 10 times the points. So you could get 30 points if you cash that one in and get your prediction right. So, Mickey, I'll let you do yours first. Your prediction for the 2 games, Rochdale and Eastleigh.
Oh. I honestly think we'll win one. I'm not sure which one. I'm going to go against the flow, and I'm going to say 2-0 at Eastleigh to us.
Yep.
And we'll get beat. Probably 2-0 at Rochdale.
All right. I'll go 2-1 on Saturday to us, and I'm going to go 3-1 defeat against Rochdale. No jokers or super joker played there on that. We've got Sandra Farnfield. Her prediction is 2-1 to the Heed and 2-2 against Rochdale. So 2-1 against Eastleigh, 2-2 Rochdale. We'll go down. People have put some in. If you, Sean Parry, if you can put, and St. Geordie, put them for both games, please. It's easier for me to read out. So if you send your message again, that would be great. Embracing the Vision has put 2-1 Eastleigh and 3-1 to Rochdale. Ken Webster is going 2-1 both games. Is that Heed win? I'm suspecting it is. We've got here Alan Guest is going 1-0 to Gateshead and 1-0 to Gateshead in both games. That's what I should have said there. We've got Darcy's going 3-1 loss on Saturday. We don't know what our Wednesday one is. I'm sure our dad will be able to sort that out. St. Geordie, well, I can go with his. He's got 2-2 on Saturday and a 2-0 loss against Rochdale. Patrick Story is going 3-1 to the Heed on Saturday and a 1-1 draw on Wednesday. Then we've got Eastleigh 1-0 win, says Thomas Boyle, and a 2-1 loss against Rochdale. Trina is going a 2-0 win on both games to the Heed. No one's using a joker yet, I've noticed. Darcy is going 2-2 at Rochdale. Stuart Allen is going 1-0 to the Heed, both games. Johnny Gray, 1-1 at Eastleigh and a 3-0 defeat at Rochdale, I think that is. Or maybe a 3-1 win. I'm sure he knows because he's the one doing the prediction league. Heed Army Adam is going 1-1 at Eastleigh, 2-1 at Rochdale. And he flies back. He's got a 3-hour flight home and he's got less than 24 hours to get to Rochdale. So he'll get there. Eastleigh 1-1, Rochdale 2-0 to Rochdale, that is. Then we have Sean Parry's going 3-1 win on Saturday, 2-1 defeat on Wednesday. Louise, she sent us 1-0 to us and a 1-1 draw in the 2 games. We've got 2-2 at Eastleigh's a popular one and a 2-0 loss at Rochdale. I've already read that out. Sorry, because I said earlier on.
I've only went for it because we very rarely lose at Eastleigh.
Yeah, Eastleigh 1-1 and Rochdale 2-1 win to the Heed. David Tron has went 3-1 win against Eastleigh, 3-3 draw. He's going for goals galore.
Wow.
3-1 defeat both, sadly, says Michael Boyle. We've got 2-1 win to us at Eastleigh and 1-1 draw at Rochdale, says Vanessa. And John Dick is going 2-0 win Gateshead and then a 1-1 draw at Rochdale. So if you want to get them in or comment on this video after it ends, I'm sure Johnny Gray will pick up your predictions for the prediction league. So please do send them in.
If you want to watch the Eastleigh game, come to British Legion Club and Gateshead on Saturday.
Well, hopefully they have paid for the licensing to do that, of course.
Of course they have.
Yes, hopefully they have. Crystal Stories put train hotel ticket booked for Wednesday. Oh,
wow.
He's going to Costa del Rochdale. As I say, there's nowhere else I'd rather be on a Wednesday night. Can I send our predictions? Yes, you can. When people get back to the birthday tea. Yes, just send them or send them to Johnny Gray and he'll get them sorted for you. Liv, she's messaged me on Facebook. And, well, it's been an enjoyable one. Hopefully next week we're talking about some wins. Hopefully 3 points. Be very nice. Or goals, maybe even new players that's been alluded to. So, and hopefully we'll have Steely back as well. Actually, yes, I think he is back for that. But he's going down to Rochdale, I believe, and I think Mickey is as well, aren't you?
It's looking that way, yes.
So there we go. There we go. Stuart Allen has just confirmed that they have a commercial license for all games. One second. There we go. So hopefully that's all right. DAZN are allowed to show 3 p.m. games in the UK. In the UK too. Oh, well, that's all right. They must have changed that. See you later, lads. When I'm back home on the next stream, I'll have a lovely rest of your holiday. Mickey, just need to say thank you to you. Thank you to David Ferguson.
Thank you.
Remember, thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and our partners at Patrick. No, Patrick, that's a long one, isn't it? Hope and Glory.
Rick, I didn't see it. Send me the freak. Yeah, he doesn't get out.
That was a complete faux pas. Actually, while we're meant to do this earlier on, the new ring from Hope and Glory, the towel, which I'll let Mickey tell the story on that. There's the T-shirt. There's an array of T-shirts, all different colours, hoodies, hats, and jumpers, and all good. And there is more to come, and a scarf is to come as well. I've seen people.
Nice.
So there is a Hope and Glory scarf coming, but there was a good message about the towel, Mickey.
Yeah, Nathan Coulson, I'll take my hat off to you. He put on Twitter, if I buy a Heat Army beach towel, does that mean I can sit in the sandpit at the Gateshead Stadium and watch the match? Absolute corker. I laugh me tits off.
Yeah, well, as I say, it might be a little bit colder down there on the sand, but you might be able to do it. But as I say, I don't know if that a free match ticket on the sand comes with any purchase of a towel. As I say, thank you everyone. So was that the British Legion Club? Yes,
yes.
So top
bench. You can come watch the game on Saturday, Emily.
Yeah. So there we go.
They're having the Newcastle game on first, then the Gateshead game beyond.
Yeah, well, if you are all traveling down, have a safe journey. Please do cheer the lads on. Get behind them, even after if the result isn't our way, still get behind them. Look, they're our players. We've got to back them, and we wish them all the best and have safe travels. And they all come back safe and well next week.
Yeah,
and we'll be back next Wednesday. Also, as well, just before we go,
Wednesday.
Next Thursday. Anyone might notice that there is a spelling mistake in the thumbnail of this video, and that is because I changed how I did the thumbnails. I used AI this time. It's not worth the hassle. What a pain in the backside. It'll be back to the way it was normally next week, and all our regular graphics on screen as well. So we'll be back to that. It's no longer the British Legion. It's just the Legion. We'll get to the Legion, everybody, and goodbye.
Legion Club.
Bye.
See you later.